Ever spend hours reading a textbook only to forget everything the next day? Or try to learn a new skill and feel like your brain just refuses to cooperate? That's not your fault. The way most of us study is completely backwards. Today, I'm going to show you how to study so fast. It almost feels illegal, and science proves it works. Whether you're a student trying to crush your exams, a professional learning a new skill, or just someone who wants to level up their brain, these 5 tips will help you learn faster, remember more, and actually get results without wasting hours.
The power of active recall. Let's kick things off with active recall, one of the most powerful science-backed techniques out there. This method involves testing yourself instead of passively rereading your notes. When you actively try to retrieve information from memory, it strengthens your neural connections, helping you remember more in less time. Here's an example. Let's say you're studying for a history test. Instead of rereading your textbook chapter for the 3rd time, close the book and quiz yourself on what you remember. You could ask yourself questions like, what caused World War I? Or name the 3 major empires during the Middle Ages. This technique is scientifically proven to improve memory retention, and it saves you time.
Next, let's talk about spaced repetition. Have you ever found yourself cramming for a test, only to realize a few days later that most of what you studied has slipped away? It's a common experience, and it all comes down to how our brains process information. When we overload our minds with too much information at once, it can be challenging for our brains to store that knowledge effectively. This is where spaced repetition shines. Instead of cramming, this technique encourages you to revisit the material at strategically spaced intervals. By doing so, you give your brain the time it needs to consolidate and retain that information in the long term. Imagine this. You learn a new concept today, and instead of trying to memorize it all in one go, you review it again tomorrow, then a few days later, and then again a week after that. Each time you revisit the material, you reinforce those neural connections, making it easier to recall the information when you need it. It's like watering a plant. The more consistently you nurture it, the stronger it grows. Let's move on to a fun one, the Feynman Technique. This science-backed method comes from Nobel-winning physicist Richard Feynman, who believed that if you can't explain something in simple terms, you don't truly understand it. Here's how it works. After you've studied a concept, try to explain it to someone, or even to yourself, in the simplest terms possible. For example, if you're studying chemistry, explain the concept of atoms to a 5-year-old. If you get stuck, it means there's a gap in your understanding, and you can go back to review it. This process solidifies your knowledge and helps you identify weak spots. Research shows that explaining complex ideas in a simple way boosts understanding and retention. It's one of the fastest ways to internalize knowledge. Now, let's tackle procrastination with the 2-minute rule. This technique is simple but powerful. When you feel like avoiding a task, commit to working on it for just 2 minutes. That's it. The idea comes from research on motivation, which shows that starting a task is often the hardest part. Imagine you're studying for a math test, and you're dreading it. Just set a timer for 2 minutes and start solving one problem. Chances are, once you get going, you'll want to keep working. This trick breaks the mental barrier and gets you started, which is often all it takes to get into a flow state. Studies show that overcoming the initial hurdle of starting is key to overcoming procrastination, and the 2-minute rule does just that. Finally, let's talk about the Pomodoro technique. This science-backed method involves working in short, focused intervals of 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. It's based on the idea that our brains can only stay focused for so long before we hit mental fatigue. For example, if you're studying for a biology exam, you'd work intensely on a topic for 25 minutes. No distractions. Then, take a 5-minute break. During your break, don't check your phone. Get up, stretch, hydrate, or walk around to keep your brain fresh. Research shows that this method maximizes productivity and keeps you focused without burning out. Plus, those 5-minute breaks are proven to boost creativity and problem solving. So that's it. Use these 5 tips, study smarter, and watch your brain work faster than ever. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. More life-changing tips are coming every week.